Hello everyone, my name is Daniel Spofford. I'm the full stack practice lead at Very. We're a consultancy with strong cross-functional skills. That means design and UX, cloud services, software, firmware, and hardware, both custom and off the shelf, etc. But today I will be heralding Harald because I really just want to scan a thing. So let's get started. Some time ago, Very was approached and tasked with exploring a particular solution to a supply chain logistics problem. If you want to count buzzwords, now is probably a good place to start. The high-level view is that we needed to put BLE tags on products that a nearby gateway device would scan for and report on. We work in tight iterations and don't like blockers or bugs. Nerves allows us to quickly write robust firmware once that can run on a variety of hardware targets, both off the shelf and custom. In fact, at the end of this project, I was supporting 4 targets on my own in production. Combine that with over-the-air firmware updates via Nerves Hub, and you're really cooking. To reiterate, Nerves is feature-rich and makes the development cycle a breeze. Wait a minute. What does that system feature list say? Zoom? Enhance? Bluetooth not supported? Yikes. That's pretty critical to our use case. So what do I do? What is the path forward here? Turns out it's a little bit of disappointment and pain. The often suggested path is to leverage BlueZ, a common means for managing and interacting with Bluetooth in the Linux space. There are a couple of issues with that, though. Shelling out is selling out. Not really, but sometimes your constraints force you to, and it feels a little disappointing. Second, what the heck's a Linux? Honestly, you're never going to dodge this completely with Nerves, and in fact, any non-trivial project is going to push you towards Linux kernel Google searches and mailing threads from the 80s. But one of the best things about Nerves is that it draws a box around that for you, and you can stay in higher level code more. It would be really nice if we had first-class control over Bluetooth and Elixir, buying us familiar data structures and design patterns which translate into productivity. Third, the subtitle of this talk is just let me scan a thing. That's usually the case. You want to leverage a fraction of the percent of Bluetooth, and you're met with a barrier to entry that is daunting at best, not to mention storage and bandwidth constraints on embedded devices. Finally, not everyone has a green thumb and time to add Buildrit to their garden, unless you're using FarmBot, of course, then it's a breeze. So, where are we headed? What's the alternative here? Let's cut to the chase. Bluetooth has the concept of HCI, the host controller interface. Herald is a Bluetooth host library. It communicates with Bluetooth controllers, typically integrated circuits on boards. Importantly, it allows you to not include BlueZ and friends at all, to stay within Elixir, to have your cake and eat it too. The idea is that you can simply add Herald like any other dependency, provide minimal configuration, like indicating which controller you're working with, since some of them require different stand-up procedures, start your app, scan for BLE devices, and move on. Supply chain logistics solved. But wait, there's more. Herald is in this classic dev space of trusted and used in production while simultaneously under active pre-1.0 development. We've been working to morph Herald from an internal specific solution to a friendly, extensible open source project, and we're close, but we're not there yet. The spec, meaning the binary structure of hundreds of commands and events, how they're serialized and deserialized, will be defined as a terse and legible Elixir data structure that will almost exactly mirror what you would see in the Bluetooth spec documentation. And this buys us a lot. The spec is parsed once at compile time and generates serializers and deserializers that convert from binary to map in single function calls. It also generates stream data generators, facilitating incredibly powerful system property testing, as well as a means to simply explore what the guts of Bluetooth looks and feels like. In the context of Herald, functionality that spans time and requires coordinating multiple commands and events is referred to as high-level functionality. Today, the only high-level functionality supported is BLE scans. However, low-level functionality, meaning the convenient ability to send any command you want and process any event you receive, is also possible today. Wrapping up here, I want to outline what our roadmap looks like generally. Defining the spec as data and generating the world is almost done. After that, we want to level up the documentation so that using and contributing to Herald is easy. You can expect that soon. The last 3 points are longer-term roadmap items that we'll get to much faster if we nail those first 2 points. I'm Daniel Spofford. Reach out if you want to chat about this, and thank you for your time.